you have prepared in the presence of all peoples.
So Scott starts out the chapter talking about his experience in cathedrals in France, where he lived for a year. James and I were able to visit some cathedrals in Germany and England last year. And if you've ever experienced a European cathedral or any cathedral, any intricate building, um, the detail and the symbolism and the beauty tells a story. And he talks about this being a very sacred experience. Um, we would say that when you walk into a cathedral, you notice right away just how small you are and how big and beautiful um, the world is. And with the stained glass windows and the detail in the columns and just the beauty that's woven in the structure and architecture is is truly sacred. And that word carries a bit of weight, and it should, but I think it tends to help us feel distant from what sacred means and what it means for us in this story. Um, Scott talks about how the pictures that we see of Mary and Jesus um, are very curated, are they're very well dressed and um, looking very alive. And the reality is they're tired. And having had children, the pictures of what Mary and the baby Jesus look like are just simply not realistic. Um, but it's important to see ourselves in the humanity. Um, Scott talks about the importance of stories and how um, we use these images and pictures to set them apart for good reason. But he says this process becomes unhelpful when we separate our own fleshly humanity from the humanity found in these sacred stories. Because when we dismiss the aches and pains, the fluids and hair, the naked fleshiness under all the fancy clothing, we can dismiss ourselves from being ones who could also find ourselves in a sacred story. It's the meeting place where the Spirit of God meets every person, our physical bodies. Um, and I think that's just what hit me. It's super important to know that our physical bodies can meet Jesus in this story in his humanity. Um, he ends by saying, in this I implore to you, may the embrace of your physical body be remembered as one of your most sacred acts.
With that, we'll close in some prayer. Lord, thank you for coming into this earth naked as a baby. Lord, thank you that you don't ask us to dress in our finest clothes to come to your presence. But instead, Lord, you meet us as we are this morning, naked or clothed, Lord, clean or dirty. You've come, Lord, and you want to meet us and connect with us, Lord. Lord, you want to use our humanity for your greater glory. You want to use our frailty, Lord, for the greater good of the kingdom. Lord, thank you for using our flesh and making it sacred through your touch, Lord. Lord, it's in your most wonderful name that we do pray. Friends, thank you for joining us this morning. Look forward to connecting you in the future. Have a great day. Love you all.